hold on. Yep, go ahead.
Hi there, I'm Mark Sebastian, founder of OptionPit.com. This is the AM Volatility Report reminder. This is for educational purposes only. None of this should be construed as investment advice. Consult your professional. Options have risk. Well, another day, another Fed. We've got the VIX up nicely, really, about 0.6%, 0.5%. Meanwhile, the S&Ps are down, what, 7? So not really much of a move, but vol's a little higher. Why is vol a little higher? Well, the Fed has everybody spooked by being super confusing. And, you know, that's kind of the issue here. I think that's what's riling markets is not really that rates go one way or the other. It's this continued confusion and lack of communication. Now we have Janet speaking, I believe, tomorrow, and Dudley speaks today, and that should clarify things. I mean, the Philadelphia Fed numbers today were abysmal. If you saw those, they looked awful. And, you know, there's been a little bit of hot inflation, but that's been some things that are kind of unrelated to rates. So it's been really interesting kind of watching markets. And we may see a little follow through today. It really kind of depends on what Dudley says and kind of how the market reacts. But, you know, my feeling is that these Fed moves, these Fed kind of events should be a fade. But, you know, that's kind of the way I feel like things come together. I would note, look, VIX is down again. There continues to not be a lot of demand for options, even as the VIX has moved higher. There is a decent amount of open interest on this stuff. I mean, if you look at June, it's not like there's not a lot of open interest. And if I pull up stats on VIX, all right, open interest is low, but it's very kind of one-sided. And there's a lot of people long a lot of this way upside junk. And that's just one of the things you need to be aware of is you know, that's the way things are. Here we are, again, we're kind of testing yesterday's low. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, we ended up the day up on the day yesterday. I wouldn't be shocked if we tested those lows again before markets kind of figure out what they're doing. You know, it's interesting. Everything, normally we have one index leading the other. They all kind of seem to be down about the same amount today. You know, you've got the Dow down 0.5%, the NASDAQ, the RUT, and the S&P all down about the same amount. I mean, even some of the financials are giving away a little bit of yesterday. So, you know, kind of interesting. Now, speaking of giving away stuff, how about Tesla having been down huge overnight, now up? Pretty fascinating that they did a secondary offering and are now able to be up on the day. Maybe the market was actually expecting a bigger move. You know, one thing of note in kind of looking at the market, I want to pull up VIX Central here, is check out the curvature of VIX. It's not like there's not a lot of room for VIX to move. I mean, there's tons and tons of room for VIX to go higher. The VIX curve is anticipating a lot more volatility than, and has been for a while. You know, if I look at where kind of the VIX curve has been the last few days, you know, starting with, let's say, kind of Monday. You know, it's not like the May futures made a nasty move over the last couple days. I mean, this is on Monday after a huge rally, and we've now given all that away and gone lower, and it's moved, you know, and it's moved a touch, but not really a lot. And so, you know, it's not like this stuff isn't somewhat being priced in. Although, as you can see, there's definitely some selling here after a little bit of shakiness. We got the bots going in and trading in and around. So I'll be interested to see where we go from here. But again, I'm not seeing a huge VIX spike out of this, and that's partially because I think a lot of this juice. You know, if you look at SPX, you look at VIX. And there's a decent amount of kind of puts being owned. There's hedges set up, and the fact that people are ready for this makes me maybe a little less worried. Now, the area where there is clearly some vol is going to be in the bond market. If there is an area where there's potential for things to fly off the rails or fly off the handle, might be in the bond market. TY VIX 5.5%. I think it'd go a lot higher, and we could see some interesting things out of the bond market. That's kind of the piece I'm watching. All right, folks. If you got questions, you know, on the day, I think, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if we get some language either today or tomorrow that calms things down. This looks like a little bit of a temper tantrum, but you know, should be partially baked in. All right, folks. If you got questions, you can email me, marketoptionpit.com. You can call me 888-TRADE01. Have a great morning.